What up, Misfits? Human beings, we about to get this podcast started. Misfit Talk, Season 1, Episode 2 for the sports mental health version. Welcome, people. What up, Baha? What up, Ray? As people coming in. What's good, homie? We're gonna get Raequaun up in here pretty soon to talk to him about his sports mental health and things he's up to. What you been up to, Baha? Oh, good. Same, homie. You too, homie, for sure. Right now, I'm just waiting on Raequaun to get up in this joint. He'll be here in a second. Hope everybody is enjoying their Labor Day weekend. Being safe with the brewskis and the other fun indulgements. I never asked y'all. Y'all be fucking with the space background? It got all these creases in it because of how I store it, but you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see. I wish we could play music, but every single time I play music on here, they kick me off. But other people know how to do it. It's like you gotta put it in here saying copyright or whatever, but I ain't trying to get booted off before I get started, man. You know they gonna boot a brother off for sure. Then we got another brother coming on here. You know, we can't be too many of us too much together, you know what I'm saying? Children going back to school. People going back to work. Well, I feel like people been working year round since 2020, I guess. You can work from the crib. Oh, there it is. Looks dope. I appreciate you, Miss Karen. Whew. What's up? Skinny Gorilla. What's good, homie? So, it is good to have you on here, man. I was just telling the people that this is season 1 of my podcast. This is the kind of a spinoff of my podcast. It's the sports mental health section. What's up, people that's just getting in here? I see Ozzy up in this jank. And so what I want to really get to talk to you about is just basically your point of view on what's going on in your life, getting in that ring, how you feel, what you be thinking, all stuff like that. What's up, Lewis? And just different things like that. So first of all, I want to introduce you and have you introduce yourself. This is my man, Raequaun Turner. We grew up together in MP, Manassas Park, Virginia. We got some MP people spilling it in here, and as they probably will be throughout. So we represent hard on this podcast right now. Yes, that's right. Whoever Tommy is, we got the future champ here, Skinny Gorilla. So I'm going to have you go ahead and introduce yourself and kind of tell some people about what you do and who you are.
Before we get started, I just want to give you your flowers too, because I don't think you understand. Like growing up, like going to MP, like all of us youngins looked up to you, like you, Burr, Ryan, like all y'all, you know. So I
Appreciate
just want, so I just want to let you know, like face to face, like bro, we wanted to be y'all growing up, so it's cool to like full circle come through. You could chat it
it.
up
Yeah,
again.
you wanted to be us growing up.
I,
Now I want to be you.
oh man. But yeah, man, it's just want to let you know that, bro. You're a good dude, and I appreciate you having me on.
No, of course. So tell the people about yourself, man. Tell people a little bit about what you do. I don't want to, you the future champ. You know what I mean? The future champ of what? You know what I mean? A little bit, man.
Okay, so everybody know I'm a father too. I'm a husband. Dad life, girl dad, all that. I've been training Muay Thai for 2.5 years, almost 3 years. I'm trying to do it big, bro. I'm trying to go pro. That's my dreams. I feel like I really can do it. My family and friends, everyone's backing me. It's hard to quit when when you have so many people backing you and hitting you up every day, talking about, oh, we support you, stuff like that. So that's what keeps me going, and just being able to hopefully, provide for my family off of this stuff. And, I think we can really get it done.
I believe you, bro. I believe you. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get up to any of the events, but I'm gonna definitely try to make it to the next one. You know what? I'm gonna tell you right now, I will make it to the next one because I gotta come see you, bro. I gotta
Oh,
come.
November, bro.
Future chat. Oh, November. Okay. So
Oh, that was exclusive. I dropped the exclusive.
exclusive.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and drop it,
Okay.
man. If
Okay.
you,
So you about to
if
get
you,
into the fighting mindset, ain't you?
I guess I'll drop the exclusive now. I'm actually in a 16-man Grand Prix for the 155-pound title. So, we're gonna do it big. It's in my backyard, so it starts November 12th.
Okay.
Everybody show out. It's gonna be a good one, man.
Okay, November 12th. Okay, I'm about to put it on the calendar for sure, homie.
Hey, I gotta see you there, bro.
I gotta come see you kick somebody in the face, man.
Hey, it's gonna be a lot of kicking.
Okay, all right, man. So yeah, for people who do not know, my man's over here. He is a up and coming, I would say MMA right fighter, right?
I'm gonna transition into MMA soon too, but right now I'm definitely a Muay Thai fighter
Muay
for
Thai.
sure.
Okay,
Muay Thai.
okay. And what's Muay Thai? So some people can understand.
There's a lot of different martial arts. You have MMA, which is everything combined. Muay Thai, straight up. There's clinching, there's elbows, knees, kicks. There's no takedown, so we don't go to the ground. There's sweeps and stuff like that where you can trap your opponent, catch him, sweep him to the ground. So it's basically MMA, really, but without the wrestling aspect of it. It's really standing up.
So no grappling.
No grappling. There's a form of grappling which is called clinching. So it's clinch work. It's a type of grappling, but there's no like I can't pick you up and slam you in your head. But you know what I'm saying? We can definitely lock and engage with elbows and knees and stuff like that. So
Okay, okay, nice. See, I had no idea. I know that. That's why I didn't want to disrespect. I said it so frugally. But I know that there's so many different realms that you're within that fighting because you said you don't even go to the ground, and then you got the MMA. That's all of it. You end up on the ground, right? And then UFC is a different aspect and stuff as well, right?
yes, sir.
Okay, that's pretty dope, man. I'm excited to come see you come do some stuff, man, because that stuff seems so hard.
It is, bro. It is like that's why I appreciate you having me on for like the sports mental health episode. Because without your mental health, bro, I'm gonna speak for myself, but I feel like I'm speaking for a lot of people too. Without your mental health being straight, it's hard to get up and get in that ring and get it done. You know what I'm saying? You got to be more than ready and more than willing to walk in there and just know that like anything can happen.
Oh, for sure, man. I can't. I don't think I'd be able to take just one kick to the face before I have before I have to switch up the fighting style. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I wrestled, as you know, and I got poked in the eye, which sent me on. It took me about junior year to kind of be level headed in fights like that. You know what I mean? And that's the best kind of fighting. I think you can agree that if you're in some people, the fighters that get upset after they go through, even in football, other sports, if they can't stay level-headed throughout things like that, the fight's over. Essentially, they've lost control, as I would say. And I can't imagine, man. I ain't getting kicked in the head but one, two, three many times, you know what I mean, before I say I'm actually done with Muay Thai, you know what I mean? I done seen you kick somebody in the head, man.
Yeah, it's nerve-wracking, man. Especially when you're in there with someone that's trying to do the same exact thing you're trying to do to them. You're trying to hurt this person trying to hurt you. So it's crazy. But the one thing I do love about it, at the end of the day, to your average viewer or casual viewer, they might see it as this is like brutal and like violent and stuff. But there's a lot of respect in this. Like a lot of my opponents that I came across, we follow each other now. Like we're cool now. So it's just like we get in there, we got to fight. We both know, like, I have a family, they have a family. I want to win, he wants to win. May the best man win. After this, I can dap you up and say, I respect you, and I feel like that's how it should be.
Yeah. And I love that. I love that about you, to look at it that way, you know what I mean? Because there's some people with definitely a different mindset when they get in there and after, you know what I mean? And you say that now. Wait until a little bit of money get in there and they ask you.
They're talking a little smack now.
Hey man, we're gonna need you to shape it up a little bit. All right, well, let me go ahead and get to some questions for you. So, we're gonna talk about your record, bro. What's your record? Go ahead and spit that out for me.
Currently, I'm 4-0.
4-0.
Undefeated. Trying to keep it doing it big. I've had something they're called smokers. I fought. So they're basically practice fights before they go. They don't go on your record. They're sanctioned fights, but they don't go on your record. So I fought 2 of those, also undefeated in that as well. So I've had 6 total fights, but on my record, I'm 4-0. So we're gonna try to keep it with that O. It gets harder and harder every time, but we're gonna keep striving for it, baby.
Hey man, you got a question, real quick. It's I don't know if you noticed.
This is my dog Soccer, bro. That's one of my teammates. That's a good dude right there. He said, "Who's your favorite training partner?" All you guys, man. I love all my teammates.
That's one of the dudes you like kicking in the head for practice.
Hey,
what's up, bro?
No, that's my dog. He a good training partner, man. But to answer your question, Soccer, all my teammates, they all help me get better. So all you guys are my training partners, man.
I like that. I like that this is like interactive. It's definitely cool. So you were saying you're 4-0, basically 6-0. That's dope, man. That's definitely dope. Oh yeah, people, what's up? What's up? That question definitely asked. That's definitely a good feeling. I remember when I was in wrestling and I was undefeated for a little bit. Actually, was undefeated. It was JV, but I was still, undefeated. But I was undefeated for my whole sophomore year because I was ready to go to varsity. But MP's wrestling team was so nasty. And my sophomore year, we had like Maximo and Tien and all these people. So
I remember
we had some big dogs. So I wasn't going to varsity at that year. But that feeling is just way different. And about that pressure, do you have any pressure? Do you have any like thoughts going through your head? Like, how's your feelings on keeping basically that standard?
Obviously, there's always going to be pressure. Like I said, touching on what I said earlier, you just never know what's going to happen. It's very nerve-wracking. You also think, I'm fighting in front of my friends, my family, in front of a crowd. Every time you get hit, it might not hurt, but you hear ooh or ah, and you're just like, nah, that didn't get me. Now you're trying to think like, I gotta get it back. I gotta make the crowd go this, So I feel like you kind of have to go in there, kind of like clear-minded and think like, hey, anything can happen in this fight. That's just the mental that I have. Anything can happen, and just focus on. I try to game plan, but hey, once you get in there, sometimes the game plan goes away. But no, my coach does an awesome job of always bringing me back to like who I am. Sometimes if you get lost in there, your coach is in there. Hey, we're gonna do this, fix this. You're doing good here. So it's always nice having them in my corner for sure.
Oh man. One thing that you said. Well, first of all, I'm gonna get to this first, and then I'll get to that. But people don't realize one-on-one sports are just way different. You know what I mean? They're just way different, and they're way more intense when you have nobody else to blame or have somebody else to fall on or pick up your slack. There's nobody there. You feel me? But one thing you were saying was the crowd, right? I just did a paper where I was talking about sports applied psychology, right? Which is how we make people better, basically what your trainers go through and how they make you better and the different training techniques they use and how to make those better, and then how they basically use the data. Like if you're running on the track, you've seen everybody running on tracks and then they see how fast you go and stuff like that. So that's sports applied psychology, right? But one of the things in there that I saw was that there's a thing about narcissism, right? And narcissism is not always that bad, but it's a trait that everybody has. It's just levels. So the narcissism trait is a lot of sports people, especially people that are one on one. Like in your case, you feed off the crowd, right? And that comes into play in a whole lot of stuff. Even with the organization, like if we're talking about football teams, that comes into play on how big you want the stadium, right? You see what I'm saying? Because then you get the crowd noise, and then you get, but then some people fold under pressure, so they need things quiet. Like in the NBA, when somebody's shooting a free throw, they try to ask if it's home. They're like, shh, right? But football is so different. They're like what's the stadium? The dome, the Saints. Super is that
Nah, it's the I know what you're talking about. I can't remember the name. I know what you're
that
talking
one,
about.
right? That one right there. That one right there is, they say, is always super super loud, right? But the Saints enjoy it. Like they're used to it. They can feed off of it. But then when other people come, they're just knocked off guard. So that's one thing about psychology. People think just psychology is all about, oh, you're sad, let's talk about it. No, it's way more interesting than that, and it's behind the scenes of a whole bunch of other stuff.
I never really thought of it that way because I've actually only fought. I mean, I fought in my gym before, and I fought in this is called TCB, Thai Championship Boxing here in Manassas. And I've only fought there. I haven't fought at different venues. So now I'm curious, like how I'm gonna feel walking out in a different crowd. Say if I'm in New York or California, wherever I'm at, how am I gonna feel walking out to a completely different? Because I'm comfortable. I'm in my backyard. So every time I step out there, I feel like I'm defending my backyard. I'm like, nah, this is my pride. This is my family. Like this is my hometown. You're gonna come here. You got to take me out. That's why. And so I'm like, I'm curious to see like whenever I do go somewhere else to fight, like how I'm gonna walk in there. Like, am I coming? I always come to invade and conquer. So
It'll only get better, man. If you say you like that, and it's gonna get multiplied, man. It's gonna get multiplied. The last guy I had on here for my first episode, he just posted something about how he performed in front of 80,000 fans, and we worried about 80,000 likes on Instagram. You know what I mean? And so but it was funny to me. But it was also, there's truth in that. You know what I mean? It's a different kind of day and time. People worried about that versus real life stuff, and I can't imagine, man. And you're gonna be on the up and up, man. You undefeated.
I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. I'm gonna touch up. My boy Saga, I saw he posted in here. He said once you're in the ring, you don't hear anything but your coaches and the ref, and that's valid because I mean, you do hear the crowd, but it's like when you're locked in, you're engaged with the other fighter. It's kind of like it's kind of crazy because sometimes you can like really feel like, oh, this guy wants to beat me, and then sometimes you can feel like, oh, this guy doesn't want to fight me anymore. So and it's always like interesting when you get like the difference, like, okay, wow, this guy really wants to take me out. And it's like when you're locked in and you can hear your coaches saying he's throwing this or he's doing this. There's a lot to think about when you're in there. So, but yeah, it's fighting's wild, man.
Well, I can't imagine. Yeah, I mean, you got one mindset, you ready to go. Then your coach says, "All right, throw a left jab," and you think about getting that left jab, and then you get in the face. And now where's your mindset? Like, I don't understand, man. I'm gonna keep working on that kick in the face because I will be done. I'll be done. Okay?
It's all about trust, man. Like when you go in there with your coaches, I fully trust them, and when they're telling me something, do it, and they see it. And when I do it and it works, I'm like, okay, coach, he knows what he's talking about. Because sometimes you get in there and you can get flustered, and you're kind of like an autopilot, like you're fighting and you can't really get going. And then you hear your coach, he's like, Ray, jab, Ray, now, and then like it's like I want to throw it because I hear him, but it's like, should I throw it? Is he gonna catch me if I throw it? And if I don't do it the next round, he's like, Ray, why aren't you throwing it? It's open, it's there. Trust me. I'm like, okay, let me go in here and let me try it.
Check it out.
I go and I start throwing a jab, and I'm like, it's landing. And he's like telling me, okay, now follow it up, and I follow up and it lands. And I'm like, okay, I just gotta keep listening to coach because he's obviously he knows what he's talking about.
That's a really good point too, because like I said, this is how the conversation rolls. Things flow and things go with each other. It's so funny. You look like my brother right now. It's so funny. I'm sure some other people would say so, but it's when I'm sorry, but when you have My bad, I lost my train of thought. Like, because you look just like my brother right now. You look like Miles, like shit right
For real?
now. Yeah. Oh,
Miles
okay.
knows,
So what I
bro.
was
He
saying
miles
was,
are perfect.
was your when you're listening to your what do you call him? Your trainer,
Yeah, I call him. That's my coach.
your
Yeah,
coach. So your coach, your
yeah.
trainer,
He's a
right?
trainer, but
And
coach.
everything's going together. That's your team. You see him? That's your support team, right? And you trusting him when he says jab is you know what I mean. That's all that stuff is just your team, and it's the same thing with your mental health and your mind and your body. So it's really cool to see it in like a fight or flight situation. You know what I mean? And so and it's organized, right? So it's pretty cool when it all comes together and you're listening to your coach and your coach. That's the part about picking your team, the people around you and who support you. You pick a good trainer or coach, they're telling you the right stuff at the right time, and that's pretty cool. And I like, and that's like I said, in a fight situation, I don't know if I'm gonna listen to them like you said. Do I punch now or do
It's hard because like the whole thing is mental, you know. Like you're having someone tell you like what's gonna work for you, but then sometimes you get stuck. You're like, is it gonna work for me? And it's like like if I throw this, it's gonna land. This guy's not moving his head, or this guy doesn't have great footwork. Why am I not doing this? Why am I not doing that? And you kind of just get like in a trance where you're just kind of like overthinking. But that's when I go back to my coach, and he clears that in my head. So whenever it starts to get flustered up there, Ray, go back to basics. Start with the jab. Ray, go back to the. And every time he says it, I'm like, okay, now I know what I'm doing. Because sometimes you get in there and it's like, I swear, you get under the lights and it's like, bro, do I know how to fight? Like it's like you're like, do I know how to do this? You know,
yeah.
it's just always like little
No,
small stuff like that.
I
But
feel
yeah, man.
yeah. Well, I mean, I think you know how to fight. I think you're there already, bro.
I think so too,
Uh,
man.
I think that is so interesting to hear certain people's point of view, especially you so early on and doing big things. Number one, like I gotta keep telling you that other people aren't doing stuff like this. That's why you see people come into support on a larger scale because nobody's willing to go out there. Not nobody, but most people aren't willing to go out there, put their bodies on the line. You know what I mean? Especially at that caliber. And so at your age, if somebody's doing it, they're doing it probably for a little bit more. I don't know how much you're making right now, but I mean it's a little bit of something.
I'm an amateur fighter, bro.
Yeah.
I don't get paid to do this, you know. So I want people to know I don't get paid when I'm fighting. This is I'm fighting for opportunities, you know. So every day I go and I train and I bust my butt and I go out there and fight. I don't make a dime off of this.
Mm.
I want people to know that I'm doing this off of dreams, off of opportunities. Like I believe in myself and everyone believes in me that I'm gonna do big things. So that is enough for me to get out there and fight for free. Because if I didn't have that, I
And
don't
it's
know if I'd
fun,
be out
man.
here fighting for
It's
free.
fun. I mean, I'm sure there's times I want to go out there and I ain't got no time, but I want to go out there and one of my friends is doing kickboxing right now. I want to go hit something. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to get kicked in the face though.
Nah, man,
But
nah, you can take it, bro.
yeah,
You can
I could take it, but
take
I don't want to.
it.
You know what I mean? And that goes in, to my next thing. With you mentioned how your husband and a father, your father of two beautiful baby girls, girl dad. Shout out to all the girl dads out there. You know what I'm saying? Um, but being a dad to these two little girls and a husband, how do you fit in them? How do they see you fighting? And how do they fit into the dream that you have fighting?
It's pretty difficult because there's a lot of sacrifice that comes with it. I work basically all day. If I'm not working, I'm training. I get out of work, I go straight to the gym. I get home late. My daughter's in school now, so usually when I get home, it's already bedtime. They're in bed, so it's kind of sad, because but
Trust me,
it's.
I understand.
I just tell myself, that this is gonna pay off, and they understand what I'm doing now. Like they come to my fights, they watch me fight, they know what I do, and not seeing them is a part of it sometimes because when I do get to that level, I'm going to be flying here and flying there and training this and that. But at the end of the day, I know that they know that I'm doing this for them because the opportunities are going to come. I said keep doing what I'm doing, remain humble, and just stay who I am. And I just know that God has bigger plans for our family. It took Karen to get used to it for a little bit, you know. It took her a little while, but you know, she's fully adjusted. She's fully supportive of it, so I couldn't ask for anything better.
That's the best part is having a significant other that's supportive of your dreams. Number one, because it makes it easier. It makes you actually get to your dream faster. By the way, people don't understand that. It's good doing it alone, but if you have a step on and help you up, it's that much better. So yeah, shouts out to Karen out there because she putting in some good work too, putting the babies to sleep. Don't look like the babies probably be putting young. The babies be putting young.
For sure.
My little one, she's a fighter, man. Just because I like fighter, and your
Mm,
little ones see you fight, so I'm sure they're fighters all the time, aren't they?
every chance they get, every
Yeah,
chance
well,
they get.
it's the worst because they're right at this the height where they like to do straight jabs, and the straight jabs are
Right? Yep.
stronger, and they're the worst place they can be.
For sure, bro.
It's
They like to wrestle.
why did you learn that at that age?
It's funny. They like to wrestle, man. And so I'm always thinking like, man, I kind of want to put them in wrestling. I bring them to the gym every here and there. Sometimes they
They're
don't
at
really
that
have
age.
the. Sometimes yeah, they're old enough. They're almost 6 now. They'll be 6 in December, which is I don't even want to talk about. But no. I try to get them to come to the gym. Sometimes they want to come, sometimes they don't. But they like the gym atmosphere. But I think the hardest part is because I am a coach too. I coach kids,
Trust
and
me.
I feel like the
I'm
part where it's like I'm like I can't be daddy right now. Like I'm coach, and I feel like for them it's hard to process because you know they're so clingy to me. So we're gonna hold off on it and hopefully work it out because I really think they'd be good at wrestling. If you seen their shoots for takedowns, I'm telling you they're gonna be nice.
They already got it in them, man. They
They're
already
gonna
got
be
it.
nice.
Yeah, I'm a coach, cheer and tumble coach. I cheer and tumble for the company Spirit Enhancers that my daughter goes to. So yeah, she so I started out coaching her just cheer and tumble class, right? And then I started doing the advanced classes and stuff so she'd stay. And so I understand exactly what you're talking about because it's always a daddy, hey, look at this, or hey, can you help me do a backflip? And it's like, you're not there yet. Like, like, you know what I mean? Like, and so, but one thing I do love is that she's willing. That's the biggest thing that she's showing that she's willing, and teaching is one of the biggest things. That's what I was gonna get into. How do you like teaching, man?
First, I was like really nervous, but one thing that I always loved was working with kids. You know, the job I had to prior, I was a camp counselor, so I would work with kids all the time. So I put together programs
That's
for
right.
kids. Yeah, the rec, yes, that's my rec, and I put together programs, football, basketball, sport, H2O, go, all types of stuff. You know, and I loved it. They didn't really pay me anything, but I loved being there because I loved working with kids. So when my coach kind of saw that and he told me that hey you wanna start coaching kids. I jumped on it because I was like, oh, this is something I want to do. Like at one point I thought about being a gym teacher just because I like working with the kids. I was always found it fun. So
Glad you
yeah,
didn't. Hold on.
I know. I know, right? But yeah, dude. So I love coaching, man. It teaches me every day, and I look forward to continuing coaching.
I thought I had patience with my little one. I really do not. I have way more patience with kids. I don't put my hands on my little one, but I do raise my voice a lot because I can't. I guess that intensifies the yelling. But the other kids, I'm just like, it's okay. Oh, it's okay. My little one, I'm just like, hey man, it's time for a timeout. Like, so
That's what I gotta be, bro. I gotta
it,
put that
you know,
period on it.
it's kind of funny to see who I am as a teacher. Not to say that I'm different, but there's different modes of people, right? So when you're in teacher mode, it's just way different, especially when you're dealing with kids. That's why I like the youth empowerment part of my job, my business, because you never know. These kids are so creative. Number one, they're always new thoughts because they haven't learned our thoughts yet. You see what I'm saying? Like they haven't learned our worldly thoughts yet, and so all of their thoughts are new and fresh. And so that's what I love about teaching the most. They are a lot of disrespectful. They're very disrespectful. The kids are very disrespectful.
Kids nowadays, they know so much that it
Yeah.
scares me. And sometimes I just sit back and I'm like, this kid's really 7 or this kid's really 8. I'm like, you talking like a grown man to me right now. It's
They don't.
crazy how some kids grow up.
They have no no disregard for who authority figures are.
Facts.
Teaching them how to do all their skills for the past year. They don't care. Let me see what else I got on here. Anybody else got any questions for your boy? Let's see. Baja said it'll pay off, man. It'll pay off soon for you. It'll pay off soon for you because, hey, I see how hard you work, and I see the people that you're hanging around, and they're doing like you got that other guy, the light skinned guy. What's it? And the other fighter. He got like an endorsement, don't he, with like a chicken sandwich brand?
Honeymoon chicken. Hey, if you ever had honeymoon chicken, it's the best out right now. So hit up my man Connor.
Yeah, hit up that. Hey, one thing that I've done is as kids, we learned how to hate on people for no reason. You know what I mean? So I'm starting to love on people for no reason. So that's one man that I want to love on for no reason. I've been seeing you post this stuff, and I was seeing him. I was like, this man got endorsements. He's enjoying it. You got many commercials. Like, you know what I mean? That's pretty awesome. And he's also doing it big in his fightings, right?
He does it, man. He does Muay Thai. He goes back and forth. That dude, he's an inspiration to us too. So seeing him, doing taking these videos and getting endorsed and stuff like that, it makes us want to do it too. It's like, wow, I mean, I have one of like my good training partners, one of my good friends out here doing it. We're all supportive of each other. Like when one of us shine, we all shine. That's kind of like our mentality. So we're always gonna keep pushing each other in any aspect, whether it's fighting, whether it's school, it doesn't matter what it is. We're always gonna support each other and keep pushing each other.
Isn't that funny? That's because as growing up, our male groups, did we do that? No, I don't think so. Not mine.
We had our moments.
We had our moments, but it was like very far and few because we were taught different. You know what I mean? We were just taught to
I feel that.
Like outshine each other, like don't uplift, like hate on people, like what I mean? I saw that a lot. I mean, I don't just mean I was a military brat, so I don't mean to just pick on MP. Y'all aren't the only mean people. There's mean people everywhere. So, but just ill-informed, basically. You know what I mean? So, but now it's good to see people coming into their own and their own groups of support, and I love seeing that from you, man. I love seeing that from you. We say it starts with the chicken sandwich.
Gatorade comes up.
Hey man, you gotta go get you on some honeymoon chicken, man.
Hey, I might have to now. Shoot. Hey, I'm trying to get. I don't have it with me.
What's up, cuz?
This is my life. But I'm trying to get on that Vita Coco. I don't got one with me today, but I'm gonna be sponsored by them one day, bro. Coconut water, Vita Coco. Remember that.
Put it in. Oh yeah, you do be drinking that all the time.
The Vita Coco, bro. My man, my teammate Zach, he got me hooked on it. So yeah, Vita Coco, you listening, bro?
It's supposed to be way better than water, right?
Yes, it's just really like for hydration. It's. At first I didn't like it, but I think it's because the one I had tried, I forget the name of it, but it had like chunks of the coconut in it. I was not rocking with it. Like I had it, I was like, this is disgusting. Why are people drinking this? And then my man Zach was like, nah.
It's like cocoa, but it's not boba.
It's similar. Yeah, it's similar. But once he told me like try to be the cocoa, it's better. And then ever since then, I'm like, damn, I'm hooked. I find myself buying them all the time now.
That's one of the things I wanted to get into a little bit was taking all those head and body shots. I know you don't be getting hit. You know what I mean? You don't get the cure to getting kicked in the head is not get kicked in the head, right?
For sure.
But I ain't seen no clips of you getting kicked in the head. But those body shots and those hits, how are you? How's your body holding up, and how do you take care of yourself? As you see, you do your good drinking of Vita Coco.
But nah, I mean, really, I feel like during the fight, your adrenaline's going so much, man, that it's like you really don't start feeling anything until like after. There's gonna be shots that they land during the fight. They're gonna be like, okay, that one stung. I don't want to get into it with that one again. But for me, as just speaking on my experience that I had so far, like it's only been like after the fight, like the next day, when I tell you it's tragic, bro. Your legs are swollen, your feet are swollen, your body's beat. It just feels like you got hit by a train. But it's just funny because you sit there and smile. And you're like, I'll do it again. I'll do it
again. Yeah. That's what. How old are you now? 25. Yeah. So I I had to realize I'm 28 now. I had to realize that I can't just be out there just doing all these kind of sports, and you're out there getting all punched up and stuff. Like I done separated my shoulder, done partially messed up my leg again, but all that stuff is on the up and up now. But I'm still athletic. I still burn somebody now. Don't get me wrong. I'm I'm still one of the most athletic brothers out there. Trust me.
You was fast as hell too. I remember, bro.
Hey, I'm still
You was
there.
fast.
Ask
Hey.
anybody. Anybody on live right now? I got you. Let's go.
Hey, speaking of my man Zach, he just joined right now. He's the one that put me onto the Vita Coco.
Vita
I'm telling you, we're gonna be sponsored by Vita Coco. Zach already know.
But yeah, I had to realize that I can't just be doing the same stuff anymore, and it really takes a toll on my body. So I can only imagine what the stuff you go through, your recuperation process. But you do all that stuff by yourself, right? Do you do any ice baths? Is there stuff at the gym for you to use?
So not at our gym. I do that stuff by myself. I just usually go. I put an ice bath in my bathroom. I do it alone. Usually my daughter's in there helping me just to keep me occupied because this sucks. No one likes getting in an ice bath, bro. It's tragic. Yeah, so I normally have either my wife or my daughter, someone in there entertain me, please, while I sit there and and get through this.
It's so funny, man. I love it because almost every one of these questions, you're answering it with like all this love and support that you have around you, and I think that's just a test of the person you are. I knew as a kid you were very active, like all the other guys around you guys, RIP Chuck and all them, but all those guys, Chuck and Miles and all of them, they were very active. Y'all were just I remember coming over your house one day and all over the place. But one thing that you guys, all that whole group, you guys were just so humble. You guys are very humble kids, and I know that there was other friend groups back then that they were doing the same things, but they're not humble. You know what I mean? They just did. And we came from not I wouldn't say privileged family, but we were in a decent spot. You know what I mean? A lot of us were in decent spots, and the humble mentality is very hard, especially coming from somebody that's undefeated. I love it, and I appreciate you being on here. That's number one.
It means a lot, bro.
But did anybody else want to ask any questions? Because I don't want to hold you, man. I know you be working. I know you be working.
Ask away. Anything I want to know, I'm here. Go ahead, ask away. Like again, I appreciate you, bro. This is fun. This is something different, man. Good seeing you two, looking good, looking like a young Killmonger.
I appreciate you, bro. I'm trying. I'm trying, but I'm only getting older. I'm only.
Hey, black don't crack, baby. Black don't crack, baby. Come on.
Hey, yeah. That's y'all see that, but I feel my body.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So that part right there is the worst. So you said November 12th, huh?
I'm looking forward to seeing you there, and it's gonna be a show. Hey, speaking of my man Clutch Mosby, he just pulled in. That's honeymoon chicken right there.
Honeymoon chicken, what's up, homie?
Yeah, so Con, you missed it. We was talking about you, man. He was just saying kind of like he's been seeing me like you post your stuff and
you can hop on if you want to.
Hey, pull in, bro. I'm telling you, that dude's a superstar. So it's good. I'm just surrounded by good people, good teammates, and all these guys are awesome.
Yeah, so like if you go to other places, you'd have to get invited, right? You just get invited.
Visiting or like I'm competing there or like
yeah, something like that. So you say you only fought in one arena so far with another one. Oh, you want to jump in, homie?
My coach said future champ. I love you, coach. I love my coach. Well, yeah, pull in.
What up, coach? Hey, he was talking good about you, coach. Yeah, that's the man right there, the legend. Honeymoon chicken.
How y'all fellas feeling? Y'all know it's a beautiful Saturday evening.
I can't hear nothing, Connor. You get this blasting.
Hey, I just want to say it's all love. I appreciate both of y'all, for sure. I appreciate both of y'all. You got a killer on this channel, dog. I want to let you know the Skinny Gorilla is one of my training partners. I love that dude. He's a fucking future champ. Great things to come, And from my part, I appreciate the love. I'm at a wedding right now, but, I had to show love,
I love you, bro.
So,
I appreciate you.
Appreciate y'all, and I'm going to be listening, but I don't want to be too loud on the channel. So, y'all do your thing, and I'm watching, all right?
Appreciate you, man.
Hey, love you, bro. Appreciate you, dog. That's my boy. And drop me some honeymoon chicken. You know what I'm saying? I need some of that.
So you need some of that honeymoon chicken.
Let me need some of that, bro. Shit.
What's your favorite? Like, I know. Do you have to cut for weight? Because I knew I didn't have to. I kept like when
I'm a big boy.
you have to cut. So where do
Okay.
you wrestle at? I mean, where do you fight at?
I fight at 155, bro.
Okay.
So yeah, I normally walk around like 180. You know, nothing crazy. I know it sounds crazy, bro, but the weight falls off of me, man. Like once I get into camp and like I'm locked in, I'm on my diet and stuff, dude. It's cake. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like people notice that because a lot of people, if they're walking around heavy and they cut down to these smaller weight classes, you can see it in their performance. You see how they look, you see how they feel. But like for me, like, you know, I mean, God forbid, I haven't had that feeling yet. You know, I usually have a pretty safe cut and a pretty blessed cut. Clinical care packages on the way. That's what I'm talking about.
Hey.
But nah, yeah,
We done made it.
I haven't had a bad weight cut yet. You know, I do it the right way. You know, I start early. You know, just diet and yeah, man, it's not a big deal. People can't believe I make 155, but I'm like, it's not as hard as it sounds. I'm telling
30 pounds, right?
Yeah.
You said it falls off of you though, huh? I mean, I feel like if it was me, I'm just not going back to 180. Like, like I'm just like after fight, I'm like, I know I'm gonna have to go back down. You know,
it's hard.
Does it come back differently every time?
I'm a fat boy at heart, so you know, like for me, like when I'm out of camp, you know, I like to eat my little snacks or whatever. So you know, it comes back, but I always keep an eye on it. Like I get to a point where I know I can maintain. If I gain a little bit of weight, I know for sure I'll be fine making weight. So it's just really monitoring yourself, you know. And like I said, I love cake. I love all types of stuff, bro. So you ain't gonna get no lies out of me. I'm gonna say that straight up. I love all that stuff.
Are you thinking about going up a weight class or not?
I feel like it just depends on the opportunity. Like, if they're offering me something that's like, I think that's gonna work out better for me. Yeah, I'll fight up. My first two fights were like, first three fights were 175. But the problem was I was weighing in so light. I would get on the scale, I'm like 168, and so my coach like, hey, I think we should try to go down.
Go down.
So in my head, I'm thinking, oh, you maybe like 165. Man said 145 or 155, and I was like, 145, coach. I was like, let me try 55 and see how that goes. And then I got no, and then I ended up weighing in 153. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. So,
and you've done that about what, 3 times?
So it's my making 155 is my third time, and I see my coach in here saying no, like he ain't saying he never.
Yeah.
But nah, 155 is definitely my weight class.
I understand,
For
Coach.
sure.
I understand. You got to keep people in all weight classes. I feel you. Better opportunity.
Yeah, we're gonna stay at 155. We ain't leaving nowhere. But like I said, there's opportunity for something, and
you're probably solid
and it makes sense.
155, man.
Dude, I feel great. You know, I always feel great after that cut. You know, I might look like a skeleton. I might look like a little reaper. Like a Grim Reaper in the face, but after I hydrate, dude, I feel awesome. So that's all that matters to me. If I was feeling like crap and stuff during it, I was like, yo, coach, I'm fighting that 170 or 160 or something like that. But I think 155 is like the perfect place for me.
So what would be your favorite snack? What's your favorite snack after?
The first thing I do, this is like a tradition. Like after every fight, I go to 7-Eleven. I swear, this is after the fight. I'm still sweating. I still got blood on me, whatever it is. I'm going into 7-Eleven, and I'm getting me some Reese's sticks. Like, I'm getting me the Reese's sticks, bro. It's like a weight. Have you ever had them?
No. But what happened if they don't got them? Because I ain't never seen them.
So if they don't got the Reese's sticks, bro, I'm leaving. I'm out. It's deuces, bro. I'm waiting till the next morning. I'm getting the Reese's sticks.
Hey, he said 147, 155 champ all day.
He already knows, man. We doing it, bro. I told you, like, the people around me, dude, they got my back and I got theirs, and, you know, they believe me, I believe in them, so it's all love around, dude. What's going on?
Rosales. Another lady. So, since you, I want to say this the best way. So since you are fighting, what happens if do they reach, like, will somebody reach out to you if they wanted you to be under them or be endorsed under them for like a certain How's that work?
For like fighting injury. Okay, so if it's anything fight related, they're going through with my coach. They're gonna reach out to my coach. Hey, we got this fight for Ray at this way, at this time. Does that work for him? Yes. Coach hits me up. Ray, do you want to fight this guy this way? Blah blah blah. I'm like, yes, sir. Let's do it. And then we're locked in. But as far as like branding and endorsements and stuff like that, I've had people like hit me up and like DM me for stuff like that. And some people I'm okay, yeah, we'll talk about it. And some people I'm like, if I see it and it doesn't really like suit my style, my personality, I'm not really going to entertain it. You know what I'm saying? So it's really like I'm open to all types of stuff. Like I love communicating and talking with people. So if you're watching this, go ahead, hit me up, and
Hey, hit
you got
this
something
man
planned
up,
up,
man.
and you ready to
Yeah,
go.
hit this man up. Either Vita Coco. Hey. You
Gym
remember?
supervisors.
You
Yeah,
remember Jennifer?
we were the gym supervisors. I remember.
Oh,
We
man,
were the
that's
gym
my that was my
supervisors.
lab partner in science. What was that teacher's name? I forget. It was the bio
Which one?
teacher. It was the weird bio teacher. I forget what her name
The
was.
dude? Oh, it was a girl. Oh,
The
yeah.
lady, the one that told everybody they had herpes because the lip, because the lip. You know what I'm talking about?
I know he's talking about
That
my.
teacher.
I'm
Yeah,
flopping the knees.
yeah. She was cold hearted. That was
Hey, my man's
biology
actually
class.
Vita
Yeah.
Coco. Yes, sir, Zach. Vita
That's my
Coco,
lab
baby.
partner right there. I'm gonna be working with her soon too, on the Hispanic kind of portion of mental health because that gets neglected a lot. You know what I mean? Especially since we have
For
so
sure.
much Latino culture here. You know what I mean? So I definitely would like to start collabing with them and doing things for them in community events and different things like that, so they can get their brains and educated as well. So that's that lady. She already works with Jennifer. Already works with stuff like that. But man, I really enjoyed this talk, man. I think that you going places, man. Keep killing the game, Skinny Gorilla. Oh, that's another thing. Before I go,
My
how
boy
did you
Clutch.
name Skinny Gorilla?
So it's kind of funny. So I mean, everybody knows, all my friends know, like my favorite animal it was a spider monkey and a gorilla. I honestly just combined the two, like to be honest, because like I love like I said, I love gorillas, I love spider monkeys, but it all happened when I got my first tattoo right here, and it was like the face of a gorilla. I don't know if you really can see it, you know. You can tell I'm a skinny ass dude, so I'm like I can't be the gorilla. I ain't swole. I'm not huge. You know what I'm saying? And I was just kind of like, I told my dad, I was like, Dad, how does skinny gorilla sound? He was like, that actually sounds like really unique. Like I like that. And I was like, what if I start calling myself that? But at the time, I wasn't training. I wasn't fighting. I wasn't doing. I just watched MMA. I was just like a fan of it. So I just started calling myself skinny gorilla before I even started fighting. It just like it
Hey,
just stuck. And then that's how I got it. Really gave it to
I like
myself.
I like it. It's creative, man. I was
Thank you,
like, when
bro.
I saw it, I was like, yeah, that fits. that fits. Yeah, I was about to hit that question. Clutch coming in clutch again. I appreciate
Yes, sir. My dog.
it. And like I said, once again, I appreciate you coming on here because it means a lot, and it means that you kind of care about your own mental health and the things going on around you. And it seems like you're building a good team. That's number one. Building that team and that support, good support. You can have
Yes, sir.
support, you can have a team, but if it's not good or healthy, it's not gonna work out. And it looks like it's working out for you. Don't work and stress yourself to death. But I think it's some good self care that you got going on, right? It's some self care and going in and then kicking people in the face.
Hey, shout out my Mary King. He a dog too.
Oh, that's some of your team.
He's not my
What's up,
team, but
Kenny?
he fight at the same venue I be fighting at and stuff like
Okay.
that. So yeah, a lot of people, it's a lot of local dudes out here, a lot of talented guys around here. So it's all love and respect to these guys. Some of these guys we got to fight too. So we fought his gym, he's fought my teammate, and it's just like at the end of the day, it's all love and respect. So yes,
Man,
shout out my man's King.
I really wish that, like I said, if I told you that this still holds true, if I lived up in MP, I'd probably be in that gym with you. You know?
You're like, man, something tells me.
I don't know how many kicks to the face before I leave, but but when I come up there, I'm definitely a coach. I'm gonna come see you. I'm gonna come see you.
Hey,
I'm some
you
gloves.
heard it here, Coach. You heard it.
I'm gonna come put something on. Hey, you got something so I can get just in case.
We're gonna put a helmet on his
Get a little too happy.
head.
But I'm gonna be up there soon. But tell the folks again where they can find you, how they can follow you, and come support you, bro.
Know what it is, and I appreciate everybody tuning in. I appreciate you for having me on. You know, you follow me on Instagram, IG, Skinny Gorilla, MMA. It's the same way all platforms, Twitter, IG, and I just want to say I appreciate everybody coming through and just listening. And this is a fun experience for me. I never really got the opportunity to do this, so thank you for giving me this platform.
More, bro. You on your way up. You on your way up.
I appreciate it, bro.
It'll be bigger people that's gonna be wanting to talk to you pretty soon. Because you deserve it, man.
With
You
me.
deserve exposure. You deserve all the good support and the endorsements. It's coming.
You know what I'm saying?
It's coming.
But hey, but like I said, you heard it here first. November 12th, the Grand Prix, 60-man Grand Prix. You know, I'm confident I can bring it home. So you know, just come out, keep supporting, keep showing love, and you know, we're gonna give it all we got. We're gonna bring it home.
Future champ, future legend. You heard it from your boy himself, Skinny Gorilla. And I appreciate your Misfits and all the new faces. Y'all follow me as well, neurospace.llc. I'll see y'all later.